anyway. Did we lose Chief? Maybe he'll pop back in. Sorry about that.
Reconnect.
Great. Let's see if he pops back in. Bear with us.
And just let me know if you need me to jump in while
Okay, great.
Chief's trying to get back in.
Okay, let me just check too and see if he's trying to message me. All right. Let's see. We could probably at least start with roll call, which I can take care of. Start there until Chief pops back in. We need 8 members today because we have an action item for a DPS funding matter. So our quorum is 8 today, at least for that matter. So, all right, we'll start. Chief Tyser.
Here.
William Johnson.
Here.
Sheriff Sheridan.
Chief McFarland here for Sheriff Sheridan.
Great, thank you. Bree Belkey.
Here.
Rachel Mitchell.
Leslie Laments on behalf of Rachel Mitchell from Maricopa County.
Great. Brad Conley. Sheriff Dedman.
Here.
Thank you, Sheriff. Director Jorgensen. Not present. Roy De La Cruz.
Here.
Jeffrey Glover. Colonel Jeffrey Glover.
For Colonel Glover.
Thank you. Laura Conover.
Good morning, present. And for the purposes of quorum, if I have to step away, I'm pleased to see that Maribel Goodman, one of our wonderful auto theft prosecutors, is with us.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Conover. All right. Let's see. I guess I have not seen Chief Solberg. You haven't popped back on, have you? All right. Okay. Well, for the presence or for the purpose of this morning, Chief, let's see, that might be somebody just joined. Did somebody just join us? All right. All right. Well, I'll let you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. Great. Thank you, Chief.
Sorry, I was working off hotspot. I thought it was going to work, but it's apparently not. So I'm audio only.
Okay,
so bear
great.
with me if you guys, if we're good. I was trying to start with roll call.
We did roll call while you were absent,
Okay.
and we have plenty of members to start for our quorum today.
All right. Thank you for that. So our first point of order is for introductions of new members. And if I'm blind, or since I'm blind, Daryl, can you do that for me?
I have Daryl. Daryl, are you on the phone? If not, I can take care of
No,
it.
I can absolutely take care of it. Our first board member, Roy De La Cruz, would you like to introduce yourself? Let us know a little about you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Roy De La Cruz. I'm the Chief Underwriting Officer for a local-based company here in Arizona called Commonwealth Cashmere Company. Been in insurance, in the insurance industry since 1999, over 25 years. Been with companies such as AAA and Progress and Geico, and other local small non-standards in California. Been in Arizona now going about 15 years. Helped start this company and been here ever since in the Phoenix area.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you for accepting the assignment, putting in for it. We appreciated your background and you're a fantastic candidate. Welcome to the board. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
And the next board member is Laura Conover. Are you still with us?
Yes, I sure am. Good morning, from Tucson, and I wish I could be with you in person rather than on the road, but I'm humbled by the appointment and grateful for the opportunity to serve. Um, I am the Pima County Attorney. I've just started my second year of my second term, and I'm also pleased to introduce Maribel Goodman, who will often be with you. She's here as well with me, which I'm so grateful for. I'll just say very briefly that auto theft is one of the several opportunities in the Pima County Attorney's Office for what's called vertical prosecution, where we get to partner and open up a case from the start and see it through to the finish. You know, one prosecutor gets to start and finish, and that's very satisfying. And so I really look forward to this participation here as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for accepting the assignment at the request of the governor. Appreciate having you here, and I know that the task force does a lot of work there in Pima County, and we appreciate your partnership. And with that, I'll shoot it back to you, Chief Solberg.
Thank you. Thanks. You appreciate that. And welcome to the board. And sorry, I can't see you, but I can hear you. First point of order is to go over nominations for the board chair and the vice chair. And if I could let's start with the chair. If we could have a nomination for anyone interested in the chair position.
Mr. Chair, this is Chief Ticer. I would nominate our current chair to continue as chair moving forward over the next year. I'd make a motion to that.
Chief.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief Ticer. Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Thank you. And I will gladly accept. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. All right. Any opposed? Next up is the vice chair, and I'll take the privilege of returning the favor and nominating Chief Ticer to continue as the vice chair. Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All right. Any opposed? Okay. The next item is our 2026 board subcommittee assignments. And I don't know if you have the ability to show it to everyone. If not, I'll read off what it is and see what adjustments we need to do. The first is the law enforcement subcommittee. I'm currently the chair. Chief Ticer is on that committee along with Brad Conley, Bill Johnson, and then Leslie Lemens. I was going to say this for later, but Leslie's going to be transitioning off the board, and we want to thank her for everything she's done for us. So we will need to, I don't know if we want, I don't have the name written down of who's replacing you, Leslie. But
She is on, and her name is Serena Pokras, and she is actually on the meeting. We just don't have all the training and stuff done yet, so we're both on for today. But yeah.
Perfect. Serena, are you interested in being in that law enforcement subcommittee, or is there anyone else that would like to join that subcommittee?
I would happily take Leslie's place on the committee.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else interested in joining that committee? We don't meet often, so it's somewhat simple. All right, the next one is the public awareness subcommittee that is chaired by Chief Ticer, and also on that committee are Bill Johnson, Bree Bolke, and Susan Trask from MED. Any others that would like to join, or any adjustments to that? Okay. Next is the Administrative and Finance Subcommittee. I'm the chair of that, along with Chief Ticer, Bree Bolke, and then Major Axland from DPS, which we probably need to update that to. I don't have it written down. Who's representing for DPS?
Still Major Axland, to my knowledge.
Oh, is it?
Chief.
Okay. Okay, good. Sorry.
He's here with us
I
today.
thought
Yep.
we- All right, thank you. So any others that would like to join that or any changes? All right. The last subcommittee is, and will be no longer Leslie Laments. So Serena or Laura, whoever's interested in sharing that subcommittee.
I'm happy to do that one as well. This is Serena.
Thank you. So Serena will let you be chair of that subcommittee. And then we have NCSO, James McFarland on that as well. Is there anyone else? Laura, I don't know if you're interested in that as well. No pressure.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate it.
All right, we'll add you to that subcommittee. Do we need to? I think we do. Can I get a nomination or a motion to accept those board assignments?
Motion to accept those board assignments previously discussed.
Thank you. Can we get a second?
I'm happy to second this. This is Bree.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Bye.
Hi.
Any opposed? Okay. With that takes care of the administrative annual reassignments. Next up is Director Willis with his director's report.
Thank you, Chief. Let me get my window up. Okay. Everybody seeing my window okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, good morning. Let me begin with the introduction of the new director of the Department of Insurance and Financial Institution, Charles Bassett. Director Bassett was appointed to this position by Governor Hobbs, and this is his first week with the department. He brings extensive experience in insurance law and healthcare policy from the private sector. Thank you, Director, for attending this meeting. I would like to welcome you and the new board members on behalf of the Auto Theft Authority staff.
Thank
so
you.
now let me begin my presentation with some great news. According to the ACT database, Arizona closed 2025 with 12,686 automobile thefts. This represents an outstanding 25% decrease from last year. This is also the fewest number of thefts in Arizona since the inception of the Auto Theft Authority in 1992. Previous record was 16,785, which occurred 10 years ago in 2015. So it was a great year for Arizona. There was little movement we saw in the top 10 stolen models, as well as the top 5 cities. As you can see, the top 5 cities remains the same as it did last year. Mesa is creeping up on Glendale toward that 3rd position, with Phoenix and Tucson far and away the top 2. Maricopa County remains number 1 county for vehicle thefts, with Pima County being a distant 2nd. Here's another look at the actual vehicles, the top 10 stolen vehicles from 2025. The Chevy Silverado still leads the way, with Hyundai and Kia being overrepresented, showing for the top 5 models for thefts last year. Now, the national data as far as vehicle thefts, we expect to come out in March or April of this year. But based on my discussions with other auto theft authorities, we expect there will be large decreases nationwide, similar to Arizona. Now, I haven't included any information about auto theft recoveries because we just noticed an error that has occurred between DPS and the ACT database. We're not getting accurate recovery numbers. I'm working with DPS. We've identified the issue. It's going to be just a matter of fixing that. So I'm hopeful that is a short-term issue that we can fix very quickly. We are very excited as an ATA staff about the lower numbers. But we're going to continue our efforts to support and fund law enforcement and the vertical prosecution efforts, as well as keeping the public educated about how to keep from being victimized by auto theft. Because 12,000 auto thefts is still way too many people that lost their vehicle or their livelihood, their ability to go to work and in school and whatnot. So we're going to keep up our great work. Now, since our last board meeting, we did publish the annual report for the Auto Theft Authority. This report focused on the calendar and fiscal year 2025 stats. I'm not going to go over the full report, but I will highlight the $5.8 million that we granted in fiscal year 2025, which resulted in a return to the state in over $45 million in either stolen vehicle recoveries as well as restitution. So I'd like to thank the task force and the vertical prosecutors for the great work. Everybody should have received a copy of the annual report. If you did not get with NRI, it will definitely get you a copy. And I would like to recognize and thank the staff for their hard work, and especially Ann Armstrong for her work on writing and helping this get published on time and a very good product this year. For the new board members, if we haven't sent that to you yet, we will. And I hope you enjoy reading that. And with that, I do have one last item, and it's an action item for today. And it's going to be a request for the first of 2 yearly ISAs that the Auto Theft Authority would like to enter into with DPS. This will be to transfer $2,000 to support the vehicle, or sorry, $200,000 to support the Vehicle Theft Task Force fleet. As a reminder and information for the new board members, the Auto Theft Authority does not have an appropriation to fund task force vehicles and build up. Their staff is funded through an appropriation, but that doesn't include vehicles. So for the past number of years, we've utilized the strategy to fund the vehicles in the task force. Funding comes from the Auto Theft Authority operations budget in the form of an ISA. Simply put, we enter into agreement with DPS and specify that the money can only be used for vehicles, for the purchase of vehicles, for the purchase of emergency equipment such as lighting and radios for those vehicles, and for the building up of those vehicles. So following the same plan as in previous years, I recommend that we move forward with the ISA in the amount of $200,000. And so with that request, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, that concludes my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Daryl. If there's no questions,
I believe Major Axlin has raised his hand for that.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I need to recuse myself for DPS for financial purposes on this vote.
thank you, Major. Can we get a nomination? Oh, Scott, I keep screwing up the words today. Can we get a motion to approve that ISA transfer to DPS?
Bill Johnson, motion to approve.
Thank you, Bill. Can we get a second?
Jason
Second.
Farland, second.
Dave, you're on the record. Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, that passes. Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Now we will go, yep, thank you. We will go to Shannon for our financial report.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Allow me one moment while I pull up my screen here. Okay, can everyone see that all right?
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay. Let me get myself situated now. All right, perfect. So thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. So as you'll see on this slide, our current fund balance stands at about $4.76 million. Our year-to-date revenue includes that first collection of $3.793 million. And our balance also includes $82,031 in investment income and $8 in late fees, which brings our total year-to-date revenue to about $3.876 million. Our second assessment period has begun, so I'm currently collecting those payments. At our next meeting, I'll be able to share a progress report on where we stand with those collections so far. For ACT support, we have expended let me repeat that. For ACT support, we have expended $105,509, leaving $43,191 available. Our operations budget, we have $568,211 available, with about $61.1 thousand expended for Q2. The local grants appropriation, we have $736,278 available, with $317,661 expended. For the DPS task force appropriation, we have $2.27 million available and approximately $1.16 million expended. And as we previously discussed, the DPS allocated the $100,000 in back of the bill funding to the task force. So we have dispersed that initial $50,000 in Q2, and we will allocate the remaining $50,000 in quarterly installments of $25,000 for Q3 and Q4. And lastly, now we're officially in 2026. We hope to use that SIMS fund balance for training at the next Arizona Auto Investigators Association conference. So hopefully later this year, we can officially use that up. And I'm going to just quickly also share the expenditure plan. And hopefully bear with me because I try to make this as big as I can. I know it's a little hard to see. Okay, that's as big as I can get it, so I apologize. But here is the expenditure plan. This is the anticipated spend for the next 2 quarters in green. And so after that is reviewed by you all, and if there's any further questions or no questions, I'm seeking a motion for approval of the plan as is.
Any questions? All right, could we get a motion to approve the financial plan?
Chief Tyser, I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Chief Tyser. Can we get a second?
James McFarland will second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Shannon, anything else?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Next up is Ann Armstrong with Public Awareness and Grant Programs.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chair, members. Can you see my screen? Let's see. All right. Just a few things. We grants, as far as grant updates, our vertical prosecution grants, Q2 has wrapped up, and ATA staff are, with the assistance of our finance team, are helping with getting the Q3 payments out. We're reviewing those, and we'll look to the final Q4 payment to see what, if any, remaining balances that there are that we could potentially utilize for some smaller grants to the law enforcement or prevention grants. As we just voted on, there's the new ISA was approved for DPS, so we'll be working on sending over that paperwork and getting the additional money through the transfer complete. We performed 2 grant compliance reviews since our last board meeting for Maricopa County Attorney's Office and Mojave County Attorney's Office. And I want to thank the staff for their participation in those reviews, and both agencies scored fully compliant, perfect scores. So I want to again thank our staff and their staff for assistance with that. So now I'm going to talk about some of the things we've been up to since our last board meeting. As Director Willis mentioned, we presented, or we put out our 2025 annual report, and we are in the process of working on our January newsletter. So for both of those publications, if you're not on our mailing list, shoot me an email and I'll be happy to get you added to that. Our newsletter will probably go out by the end of next week with some great information included. We also had our new ATA website that was launched, which features lots of great information, a monthly dashboard for current thefts, stolens, and recoveries, top cities. Also good information about how the public can get involved and request resource information from the Auto Theft Authority. Campaigns in December focused on increasing holiday security tips, reminding folks not to leave valuables in their cars, and New Year's resolutions to continue to park smart, secure their vehicles, remove valuables. January focused on, again, reminding folks to park smart. We also highlighted a recent task force case late last year that focused on a $2.5 million recovery for a auto theft ring that they dismantled. Currently working on February campaigns. Kia, the Hyundai Kia settlement, they just finalized a final settlement of $4.5 million for vehicle owners that have been impacted either by a break-in or the vehicle completely being stolen. So staff are working on a campaign to push information out for those eligible owners to get involved in that. Application deadline for that is April of 2027. So we'll be putting out regular bulletins to remind folks once that pot of money is gone. There's nothing else available, so we'll try to get folks to be cognizant of that. We also had another vehicle theft task force case in the news late last year, a vehicle ring in Phoenix Metro that was taken down. Another great case by Captain Graff and his team. Some community outreach since our last meeting. ASU homecoming event, staff provided resources and support for that event back in November. This past week, we participated in the Indian Nations and Tribal Day on Wednesday. Staff was down there with a table. It was a beautiful, wonderful day out there. And did somebody raise a question? No, I just heard something. Sorry. Let's see. And then lastly, we had two of our law enforcement grantees with a couple of successful cases. We had Florence PD that we issued an end of year fiscal year 25 grant to. One of their initiatives was to do community outreach, participate in block watches. So December 30th, they had a junior rodeo event down there and had a table with all of the information that they were able to purchase through a grant from the Auto Theft Authority. The second is Phoenix PD grappler arrest. On December 19th, the grappler was used to stop a vehicle with a young girl who had stolen a minivan, and the beginning of a pursuit which ended quickly with the use of a grappler. The ATA funded a grant for $5,200 at the end of last fiscal year for them to purchase those replacement cartridges, which are a one-time use canister device. They cost about $400 a piece, and ATA was able to purchase about 13 of those for the Phoenix Metro PD unit that has the grappler installed. So another great use, an example of ATA grant programs I wanted to share with you all. And unless there are any questions, that concludes my report today.
Thank you, Ann. Appreciate it.
Great. All right.
All right. Next up is administrative subcommittee report. Chief Ticer, anything?
Mr. Chair, no report. We did not meet.
Thank you. And I'm going to skip myself and go to you again. Public Awareness Subcommittee, no updates.
No updates, but we will be looking for a few volunteers. So with new members and anybody else that's in there, let Ann or I know. And Ann and I discussed over the next month or two upcoming, we will be meeting. So more information to come on that, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chief. Then I'll go back to me. The Law Enforcement Subcommittee report, we have not met. And when will grants open up?
Mr. Chair, members, those will open up by April, and those will be end of year fiscal year 26, as well as the new fiscal year 27 grants for vertical prosecution and the DPS Vehicle Theft Task Force.
Okay.
And then
Appreciate
we
it.
will have a subcommittee meeting right before the June 16th meeting, probably the week prior, to go over those requests.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Next up, the Vertical Prosecution Subcommittee. I'll lead off with, as a spoiler alert, Leslie is going to be transitioning off of our task force from our board. We appreciate, I think you've been on as long as I have. It's been a long time. So thank you for your help and your service to the board and the state. With that, I will give it to Ann. If you could coordinate the vertical prosecution updates for those who are attending.
All right. I think we have Leslie on the phone and Serena Pacris from Maricopa County Attorney's Office, if they have anything for us.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board. Leslie Laments, as my last meeting. Thank you for your well wishes, Chief Solberg. It has been a pleasure, and I leave the board with sadness because it's been part of my career here for a very long time. So, but I wish everybody the best, and I'm sure you guys will continue to do the amazing work you've always done. And Serena will be an amazing replacement for me. We have a few cases to report on. We've had several large-scale investigations, auto theft rings, and chop shops that we've been working with the task force members on. A variety of meetings we've had as of late, not only to introduce Serena to them, but also to get up to speed on some major organizations that they're tackling right now. We had a defendant, Mark Edward Cool. He was received 2.5 years in prison. This was somebody who has multiple prior cases involving stolen vehicles. So we were happy to finally get him in prison, even though we had some issues with some of our evidence. Danny Lee Ivy, this was a defendant who our grants prosecutor worked in conjunction with a vehicular crimes prosecutor. This defendant had a total of 7 cases, 4 of which involved a variety of auto theft charges. He received 10.5 years in prison total, and then a 3-year probation tail after he gets out of prison. So very successful resolution on Mr. Ivy. Luis Rodriguez was the first of 5 co-defendants in the Operation Denali or Escalade. It was the Denali case. There's 3 more that are coming in January. We have only 1 more co-defendant outstanding who hasn't entered a plea. That's our leader of the operation, Mr. Aguilar. And he has been offered a plea of 12 to 15 3/4 years, but hasn't accepted that as of yet. So, but the others will be coming forward for sentencing this month. And then finally, we've been working, the most recent investigation is involving Gregory Baker, Adrian Grays, and Christopher Crisostomo. And this is a huge theft and chop shop ring where involving Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep vehicles throughout Maricopa County. Currently, 2 of the 3 remain in custody for charges we have filed that we're just getting going on these. So with 2 of the 3 in custody, we're effectively able to dismantle a huge portion of their organization, and we hope we can keep that going forward. But and the DPS auto theft detectives have worked relentlessly on these multiple huge investigations. So we appreciate the cooperation with Trevor Graff's team and Major Axland's team. So appreciate all the work on the DPS side of things as well. So, and then just to introduce my replacement counterpart, Serena Poker. She's the bureau chief of what will now be called the East Valley Bureau. And so welcome to Serena. I have no doubt she'll do a great job as chair and as a member of the board.
Thanks, Leslie. All right. Let's see. Anything else from Maricopa County? That's it. I know we have Maribel Goodman from Pima County Attorney's Office, if she's still on the line with us.
Yes, I'm present. Good morning. Good morning, Chairman and members of the board. We ended the year and started the year with a couple back-to-back trials. Seems like we are going back to the core a little bit more as to trials, which it did highlight the importance of the community education, the public outreach, and most importantly, we are seeing more of the connection with some fraudulent activities from not only third parties who are involved with the MVD approvals or notaries, excuse me. We have had multiple cases where we have the same notary, and this is a problem that we're seeing, especially for members of the community if they're part of the trial. We're seeing notaries approving bill of sales, which the defendants are presenting as part of their record, part of their evidence, claiming that they didn't know the vehicle was stolen. Nonetheless, we are working with our fraud unit. We have this particular notary who has been involved in multiple cases, so that's a team effort that we're working, and again, that's the critical point of public outreach for the public to understand the process. And something that was also point of interest that came from one of the past trials that we just had, we're seeing also individuals who are utilizing the process of online requests for a 3-day sticker for plates that are being placed in replacement of the victim's plates. So that's also something that we want to work with our prosecutors and our detectives as we're seeing more of that activity. And one thing I do also want to highlight, and I want to thank the task force detectives. We are more active for preventive and community protection options. Have repetitive offenders. We have conducted more no bond holds on individuals who are either on release, and if they bond out and they're back with new felony offenses, we have had multiple no bond hearings where our detectives come in and provide testimony. And at that point, we have held multiple individuals no bond because of the pattern and the work with the attorneys and the detectives from the task force.
Great. Great. Thank you, Maribel. Appreciate it. I know we had a couple agencies that had court things happening today. I believe that might be it for folks for vertical prosecution, unless I'm missing someone. All right. That concludes that. Do we still have you on the phone, Chief Solberg?
Yep, I'm still here. Thank you.
Okay, great.
And thank you, Leslie, and welcome, Serrano. I appreciate you being here. With that, we will go to the task force. Captain Graff.
All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I'm going to give you some stats of what we've done recently since the last meeting. We've recovered 276 stolen vehicles, and the value is approximately $6.1 million. And we have 32 arrests from that. 13 of those arrests have had drug charges. We seized approximately, was just over half a pound of methamphetamine, 171 grams of fentanyl, and 131 grams of fentanyl pills. We served 6 residential search warrants and 7 electronic search warrants. We've had 1,256 other agency assists, and we've seized 5 weapons. 4 of those weapons came out of one of those search warrants. As far as staffing, we have 1 vacancy that's being held by a temporary assigned trooper, and hopefully it's looking like hopefully we'll get to keep him after his temporary assignment is done, depending on patrol staffing. As far as the other staffing, we're going to remain where it is for now until we determine where we're going to be towards the end of the fiscal and whether we could fill the other vacancies that we have. The one case, I'm going to talk about a couple of cases here. We saw one on the news this last weekend. I'll cover that case since it was worked during this reporting period, but the stats will be on the next reporting period. That's why they're not included in these stats. It was the case that Leslie was talking about a couple minutes ago. It's the case involving all of the Dodge and Mopar products. That started in November. It was kind of in a roundabout way a spinoff of our Turo case. We did a business inspection on a chop shop in Glendale, found a stolen vehicle. We gathered some information on some other potential VIN switch vehicles. We did a stop. We had an arrest on that. We got some information, worked out his network. And we found out that this group was stealing Dodge Charger Hellcats, Challenger Hellcats, Scat Packs, Dodge Ram TRX trucks, Wranglers, and Jeep Renegades. They would either chop up parts and sell them on Facebook Marketplace. They would either VIN switch the cars and keep them themselves, or they would sell them to groups, and they would usually go south of the border. And that's the case in the TRX trucks. We actually tried to buy one of the TRXs from them and for $6,000, which I thought was a pretty good deal. But we tried to buy one of them from them, but when they had programmed the new key, the key wouldn't work for them and they couldn't get it to us. So we had to call off the deal. We are working further on that case. We've identified two, I don't want to say car dealerships, they're storefront car dealerships that are involved with this case as well. And we're going to be working those over the next month or two. They're buying the salvage cars from salvage pools, so they have a legitimate title to it. And those numbers are ending up in cars and getting registered and sold. So we're going to be able to wrap those up here, hopefully in a short time period. It's complex, but we should be able to work through that pretty quick. And again, in what Ann mentioned earlier in her newsletter, in late December, we did that one search warrant at a residence. We recovered four trailers, a couple cars. We got 3 arrests out of that, 1 for the auto theft, 2 for felony warrants. We've been hitting the news a lot more lately, so we're trying to get the word out. And contrary to what Director Willis believes, I do mention the Auto Theft Authority every time I'm on the media. I really do, Daryl.
I know you do, and I appreciate it, and I do see it, even though it doesn't come up on TV. All your press releases always mention the ATA, so I was gonna thank you for that. You've been in the media a lot and put out a lot of press releases, and you always do the tagline for Auto Theft Authority. So I'll pay up on that lunch anyway.
I was going to say, you told me I could have lunch for every time I mentioned the Auto Theft Authority. I sounded like a kid with Tourette's when I was doing that interview, and they didn't put one of them on there, so it wasn't me.
Thank you.
So we had an interesting one in Tucson, and I kind of want to see if I can start doing this in Phoenix. I know it's a lot harder to do here, but we did a search warrant in Tucson. So the guys in our PEMA squad, they had done a search warrant on this residence before. The suspect went away for a while. He came back, and he's basically a drug dealer, but he would buy stolen vehicles and stolen property with drugs. And so they started watching the house again. They started getting more stolen cars in the alley behind the house. So they tied it to the house. We got a search warrant for the house. So we went in, and you would not believe this house. It looks like a hoarder lived there. All the stolen property was just stacked up. So we went in there. We recovered. Let's see if I have it written down here. Yes, it was basically a hoarder house. We seized 3 weapons, complete weapons. We got a lower receiver of an AR-15, which is the serial numbered part. That's where we got the half a pound of meth and the suspected fentanyl pills. We did recover a stolen electric kick scooter that was stolen out of Riverside, California. And we got over $100,000 worth of power tools and other stolen goods that they had in the house. He had, I don't know, 15, 20 sets of brand new Tacova boots still in the box. Those are $250 a pair. We did get that one suspect. So just before we left our search warrant, and this is the partnership that I want to try to get here, City of Tucson zoning actually came in, looked at the house, and condemned the property and banned anybody from occupying the structure from that point on. So hopefully that'll just get rid of that problem entirely. So for upcoming events, we have, again, we're the follow-up on that Hellcat case where we have the 2 car dealerships we're going to be looking into. And should be closing that out in the next couple months, hopefully. And I will get with you because we have 4 PR events that we're going to get in Tucson. My guys down there are really getting on the PR bandwagon, and they are going to set up booths at the air show, a county fair down there, and some other stuff. So if we'd like to get the Auto Theft Authority to go down there and do that with them, if not, we'll get some swag from you guys and bring it down there, and we can do that ourselves. But we do have those coming up, and he's going to get me the dates as soon as he can. I was just talking to him yesterday about it. So, but that's all I have for right now. Again, we're trying to raise the awareness for the task force. Anytime we get a big bust, I'm huge on getting the media involved so the public can see it, get our pointers out there on how not to get your car stolen, and get the ATA and the task force, more relevant and on the forefront of everybody's mind. So hopefully we can reduce the need for us in a way, and at the same time let everybody know that we are doing good with the money that we're receiving. So if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If not, that concludes my report.
All right. Thank you, Captain Gross. Appreciate it. Call to the public. Any members of the public that would like to address the board? All right. Don't hear any. Ann or Daryl, any current events or matters for the board?
No, sir, not at this time.
Nothing additional.
All right. Thank you. Our next meeting is Friday, April 17th at 10 a.m. If you have any conflicts, please let Daryl or Ann know. And with that, I will take a motion to adjourn. Anyone?
Motion to adjourn.
Dave, can I get a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor of concluding the meeting, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
All right. Thank you all. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll see you in April. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
See you.
everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.